Okie dokie, I am now recording. Hello?
Hello.
Well, you recorded.
Yeah, ready. I'm recording now.
Picking up from where you last left off, after you successfully cleared the death house in the village of Barovia, you walked outside to find that you've been greeted by daylight. However, there's no real warmth. Well, the sun's out, but it doesn't pierce the clouds, and overhead it is very grey and overcast, and it's very chilly, and it just gives off a very dreary and dull experience for you four adventurers standing around. You encountered who you believe to be Strahd von Zarovich, who congratulated you on successfully navigating the Death House, and you find yourself in the village of Barovia. All around, there is no real signs of life. The buildings are dilapidated and derelict. Some have doors barred up, windows closed shut, a few with broken windows, and a few doors knocking off their hinges. The occasional ones that have signs of life in them, you can see smoke rising out of some chimneys and a few lanterns lit, but it does not look like the most welcoming place. And if you check story mode, you'll see where you currently are. And that's where you boys can decide where you want to go.
Alright, so this is a map of Barovia.
That is all that you can see at the moment.
Okay, so what's like the buildings look like? Are they made of wood? Are they made of brick? What do they?
Yeah, a bit
like?
ramshackled, few bricks, stone and mortar, and then there's um, wooden buildings that have just obviously just deteriorated over time. You know, they're not very hospitable, but if push came to shove and you needed a place to go in, there's enough empty houses that you could just break a door down and set up camp for the night.
So, if we were to set one of them alight, would we burn it down?
It would spread very quickly, and you would probably burn the whole of Barovia to embers.
Oh, that's what we want to know. Let's
Just
go,
in
boys.
case.
That's our whole plan. Burn everything.
Burn it down.
Okay.
So I'm gonna. So how did we get here? Just to confirm. So I know we went in that house. Then did you know we
we
went?
came out of the house, didn't we?
So we went upstairs. We came out the doors
The
and
mist had cleared. We
and then-
saw the vampire. What we assume was Strahd von Hammersmark or whatever his name is.
Are we still in this weird land? Do we know that? Are we back in Faerun or wherever?
No, you know that you're not in Faerun.
Could I make a perception check, please, good sir?
Yep, roll.
1 second.
What are you looking for?
Your mom.
Natural 20.
Natural 20 on it.
I did.
Oh no! Oh no, my rolls were so
Oh.
good last week. Dice Maiden's just going to absolutely finger my arsehole.
Natural one.
Oh no.
Natural
He's
one.
balancing out from last week.
Yeah, I'm going to be shit this session, but I'll leave now if you want. See you later.
Elias, you have eyes closed, but you don't realise. You
Just
said
walking with my eyes closed.
the terror of tonight's events being in that official chamber kind of don't want to open your eyes because you're scared what you're going to encounter.
Is all the fog gone? Like that mist?
Yeah.
Is it like vanished now completely? I mean, it's quite clear now, I'm guessing.
Very overcast and very dreary. It almost looks quite stormy overhead. The mist isn't encroaching in the town, so you can walk freely along that, but it's sort of out on the outskirts.
Yeah. There's no
Okay,
like
guys.
footprint or cart tracks or anything.
I think we should keep going forward and see if we can find like an inn of some sort where we can get some information.
I think
That's
that is a
my
great
idea.
idea. I just wonder, are there any people here that we might speak to get a better understanding of what's going on?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We need to find someone in maybe like a tavern or something.
Well, I don't often frequent taverns. However, if somebody on the street will suffice, as long as they look friendly enough. Can we see any people walk in, or is it just dead, like a ghost town?
Like a ghost town. You can see there are signs of life in some buildings, and that there are like footpaths and cart tracks in the road, but no one is out and about at the time that you are.
What's the timing? Is it like midday, evening, morning?
It's hard to discern because of the lack of sunlight that pierces through, but based on the fact that you arrived probably late afternoon, and then you spent close to a day in the death house, so you judging it to probably be about midday.
Is there any signage on any of these buildings up and down the street that might indicate that it's a shop?
No,
Signage.
not here.
Perhaps.
I think we should keep going, guys.
Where should we go to? I was going to suggest that we knock on a few doors and try to speak to somebody or something.
Go for it.
Right. I'm not very familiar with shops. Has anybody got any suggestions on which building looks like it might have people in it? Okay, I will just guess. Alright, Eve,
I'm guessing we.
Go on.
I'm guessing we should just knock on any doors that actually have any signs of life. Ask some of the locals.
Yeah, is there any lights on any buildings near us, Heath?
Yeah, the two small blue buildings directly ahead of you. The nearest one to you has light coming from it.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up to the door and usher to the rest of my companions to come with me and wait at the foot of the door, and I'll walk up to the door and I'll do a distinct 3 knocks, like on the door.
Okay. You approach the door and go to knock, and because the building is so decrepit, the door isn't actually fastened on the hinges or locked, and the door just swings wide open, revealing a rundown living area. There's a couple of chairs, a few lanterns lit, and a fire pit that isn't currently in use. There's no one in the house, but people have, or it looks like people reside here.
I'll explain what I can see to the rest of the party.
Is there any upstairs that we can go and look at?
No, this is one level.
I'll
Look,
call
the
in.
bungalow.
I'll call in. Hello, is anybody there? I repeat, hello, is anybody there?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
Just go, man.
22.
You hear scurrying noises coming from a corner of the room.
Say that again, sorry.
You hear scurrying noises coming from the corner of the room. It's in shadow, so you can't quite see.
It appears that this is infested with rats. My companions, let's try another building. And I'll try. Can I try next building along? Maybe the door, or find a door in the street that doesn't look so decrepit and run down.
They're all pretty much of a muchness, to be honest. This specific road that you're on looks like the people don't want to be inhabiting these houses because of the death house that you've come out of. It's quite kind of like driven
Oh,
away.
it's like scared the fuck out of people, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, guys, it doesn't look like there's anyone in these houses. Let's carry on forward, I think.
Okay.
So you're going to take the
Sounds
northward path?
Certainly am.
Okay, so that branches round as you reach. Each square is 40 feet, by the way, for reference.
Okay.
And it branches round, and you turn the corner, and you can see a wider clump of houses with a large building in the middle of it, with smoke coming out of 2 different chimneys and light bustling from it. The road branches down and leads to a little hillside area with what looks to be a bit of a rundown church.
Is there any
Awesome.
markings on this on the church to see which gods they pray to?
You're not you're probably like at the intersection, so you can just see it in the distance
Okay.
where the path comes down and then splits to go like north, northwest and southeast. That's where you are.
V, where do you think we should go? Torgs?
Sorry. I don't mind. It's your call.
Okay, then. I think we should go into the place that looks a bit lively.
I think that's a good idea. Let's see what's going on. I feel like we cannot understand what has happened to ourselves until we speak to somebody or something that isn't a ghost.
Let's go then, boys.
Are you all happy to come in with me and Elias?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, let's go into this building then, Heath, if we can, unless the door's locked.
No, you walk up and you see a single shaft of light thrusts illumination into the main square.
Another
Its brightness looking like a solid pillar in the heavy fog. Above the gaping doorway, a sign hangs precariously askew, proclaiming this to be the Blood on the Vine Tavern.
Wow.
Ah.
Doesn't sound like the greatest name for a pub, but well, sounds a bit sketchy.
I think, Elias, they are referring to grapes and wine. I could be wrong. I hope I'm
No,
wrong.
we've just seen a fucking vampire, haven't we? So might be just full of vampires.
What is a vampire?
It's what we just saw, mate.
What makes
That guy that was
a
just talking
vampire?
to us and then he just fucked off.
What makes him a vampire? And what is a vampire?
Well, you're about to find out, mate. I've got a feeling we might see a few more of them.
Interesting. Is there anything I should watch out for?
I think you need to get some garlic.
Bread?
And anything, mate. Anything that's got garlic on it, mate.
And why is that?
Keeps them away, don't it, Cat?
Oh, okay. Well, I do not have any garlic on me. However, I can make and magically infuse an item such as Garrick's shoelaces to smell of garlic, if you can familiarize me with what the smell smells like.
I don't think I can explain what garlic smells like, mate, unfortunately. How
you
would you
please-
actually explain what garlic smells like, by the way? What would you like? How would you say it? Like, if you had to, if someone got a gun to your head and said, explain what garlic smells like,
I'd be dead. I'd be dead.
just dead, yeah, murdered.
I would say a pungent, sharp and spicy, like strong smell, isn't it?
That's, yeah.
Pungent, sharp, spicy. I mean, describing any smells is very, very impossible, isn't it? Like, just
Yeah.
describe the smell of chocolate. And you're stuffed in your...
Chocolatey.
Heavenly.
Heavenly, yeah,
It's
there
the
you
only
go.
word you need.
Describe the
Anyway.
smell of
Anyway.
dog shit.
Anyway, we're moving off topic. Sure, yeah. Yeah, Heath, so I take it we're just sort of like walking up to the house.
The tavern.
Yeah, I was
The
gonna say, it's not a
tavern,
house.
sorry, yeah. The blood on the
Yep.
leaves or something.
Blood of
Vines.
the vine. Blood on the
Oh,
vine.
right. Blood on the vine.
So you walk in. Tavern is roughly about 60 feet square. As you get closer, close inspection of the sign reveals that it originally read "Blood of the Vine" and that an N has been scratched over the F. The once finely appointed tavern has grown shoddy over the years. A blazing fire in the hearth gives scant warmth to the few huddled souls within. There appears to be a barkeep, 3 people sitting together on one side of the room, and a man sitting solitary by himself on the opposite side.
I'm gonna walk in. Is there like a barkeep or a bar mistress lady or something like that? Looks like they
Yep,
work there.
there is a barman behind the bar, obviously, cleaning glasses with what appears to be the dirtiest cloth you've probably seen. He's probably making the glasses worse than
Oh,
what they are.
that's rank.
I'll walk up to him and say, good morning or good afternoon, my fellow traveller. I do not know where I am. Can you please tell me?
You are in Barovia.
And where is Barovia located?
Right here.
I know it's right here. However, on what continent? On what plane of existence? On what area? What is nearby?
I don't know that much. I just keep the bar. Would you like some wine?
And where did the wine come from?
That would be from the winery
And where is the winery located?
to the west.
What flavours of wine have you got?
This flavour, it's red, and that's all I've got. Would you like some?
Oh, I'll have a cheeky little glass.
Do we have to pay for it?
Yes, that will be 1 copper piece.
Oh fuck! I've only got silver pieces. Boys, I'll get the round in. Don't worry.
I can give you a pitcher for a silver piece.
Sounds good, my man. Can we maybe ask you a few questions? Is that okay? We've come here from a distant land.
At
We've
this
been
point,
transported.
the barkeeper's walked away, ignoring you to
Fuck.
get the silver pitcher of wine. He produces 4 very shoddy glasses. There are chips and scratches on them, and he sets them down in front of you. You place the silver piece on the bar top, and he slides it into a pouch on his apron. He then goes back to cleaning the same glass that he was holding previously with the same dirty cloth, just staring mindlessly over your shoulder, not making eye contact.
Okay.
Can I make an
The
eye
man-
check? Oh, go on. Oh, go on.
Can I make a perception check to see if there's anyone like staring at us or like looking at us with intent, maybe?
Yep, make a perception check for me.
Un momento. $22.
You look around, and other than the 4 of you, the barkeep, you notice that there is only 3 people who dressed very similarly to the travellers that you experienced outside Daggerford. They are not giving you the slightest bit of attention, and they are in close conversation, heads down, muttering quietly to themselves. And there is another man with shoulder-length, dirty blonde hair, sitting with a platter of almost mouldy food and a glass of wine in front of him. He's looking at you quite intently.
What do you think, guys? Should we go speak to that guy over there?
I think, momentarily, I would very much like Garrick to make a magic arcana check. This gentleman at the bar seems almost bewitched.
Yeah, I agree. Shall I make an arcana check on him for investigation or something?
Make an insight check.
Shit. my insight's not great, boys. So I don't know if anyone else wants to.
That's right.
Fucking
Through
hell.
it.
From my perspective, though, like, you look very wise and wisdomy, so I'd ask you to have a look.
Because you've lived quite a solitary life yourself, and that this is a complete new experience being in this place. You have no idea if this is how all people are, as he's the first person, real person that you've spoke to in this land. He seems everything he's wearing is very drab. It's patchwork clothing that looks like it's stitched together by himself. Everything is grey. There is no colour to him whatsoever. His skin is like a mottled grey as well, and it's just a blank stare.
Yeah, I'll just tell the guys, like, I'll be like, oh, it looks fairly normal to me. I didn't really get around much. Don't really know what is normal, but nothing seems odd to me.
Eve, is by the guy that was like looking at us intently? Is the table he's at? Was there any other seats?
Yeah, there's. He's on like quite a large table, so it can sit 6 people, and he's sat at the head of it, just on his own.
I'll sort of not call. I'll just get Gamma and just say, "Come on, we're gonna go for a chat with this guy."
Okay, I will join you and see what he can say to us.
Garrick, Han, what are you doing?
Yeah, did he give us the wine?
It's just it's on the bar in front of you, so there's the picture and the 4 glasses.
Can I make like an investigation check or something on it to see if it actually is wine?
Yeah.
Investigation, Eve?
Yeah.
23.
Yeah, it's wine. It actually looks quite refreshing.
Okay, and you said the glasses are all dirty?
They're just chipped and scratched. They've seen better days, but they're as clean as you can probably get.
Oh, okay.
They've got very liquid in Barovia.
Yeah.
No, I've got prestidigitation to clean it.
A glass from filthy spoons.
So, I'm going to pick up my glass of wine, but I'm not going to drink it for obvious reasons. Obviously, I'm going to pretend to fit in, because I can't actually drink it. So I'll just pick it up, and I'll say cheers, and walk over with Elias to the blonde-haired gentleman.
Can we go and sit down at the table?
Do you want to ask him if we can join him? We're going to sit down next to him.
I'll just sit down there. Because he was like looking at us intently, wasn't he? So. I'll just take a seat next to this.
Yeah, I'll go with them as well.
Okay. Oh God, we're all
4 of you walk over to this solitary man who is just eating some mouldy bread and meat. He takes a small sip of his wine and then smiles, puts it down, and then looks at each of you in turn and goes, "I can tell you're not from around here.
We certainly
Please.
aren't, mate.
Take a seat."
I believe that we already have. How can you tell that we are not from around here?
You don't dress like the other Borovians.
And why do
And
Barovians?
I have never seen anyone the size of that man. And he points to Garrick before.
And why do Barovians dress so drably?
This is a unforgiving place.
And why is it unforgiving?
Darkness lies over us. Strahd and his evil, wicked ways has caused us to live.
We might have already... Carry on.
Is
In
he the ruler
Downers.
of this land?
Yes, self-proclaimed. Many have tried to best him. Many people like you. None have succeeded.
Then where does he roost?
He comes and goes, but he mainly lives inside his castle, Ravenloft. That is just on the outskirts of Barovia. You could probably see it from the town centre.
Are you from around here yourself?
I am a Barovian born and bred. This land, I have only known it like this.
What was your name?
My name is Ismark, but many call me Ismark the Lesser. My father was the ruler of this town. He was a very great man. It is hard to live up to expectations.
So, do you still rule over this town then?
My father has unfortunately passed away. It is just me and my sister left. There are not that many people in the town to rule. Many keep themselves to themselves. There is the mercantile house. Mary lives down the road, and we have the church.
Are you familiar with Roosevelt and Thorn? I believe they lived in a building nearby. They had a
The
father,
Durst
Gustav.
family.
Yes, I believe that was their name. Their crest.
Poor souls.
What happened to them?
They believed in dark pacts and secret evils. They made a deal with devil, and it cost them their lives.
The devil
Is there-
being Strahd?
Yes.
Is there a lighthouse anywhere near here?
There used to be Arginvostos. That was the lighthouse, but its light has gone well out.
And where would we find that?
To the west, but you would be wise to rest up first. There are 3 settlements in this realm. We have Barovia, Valaki, and Krek. Many miles from here to them, many dangerous miles. Strahd has spies everywhere. Evil moves in every corner.
What is Strahd trying to do? What is his currency? What is his purpose?
I believe he is after my sister, Irina Kolyana. He has visited her a few times. He tries to woo her with his wicked charms and ways. But she is of strong heart and mind. Would you protect her with me? She would be safer in Valaki, away from Strahd.
I think our journey lies in maybe defeating Strahd. So, is there any reason for us to go to Valaki?
I will give you all aid that I can if you first help me.
If you pass on your knowledge, then we would be happy to accept. I will have to confer with my colleagues, though, if that's okay.
Please, drink your wine. Do not let go to waste.
Thank you. And can I make an insight check, please, on him?
Yep.
Oh, fucking hell. +0. 18.
Hey,
He looks quite genuine.
Yeah.
You notice that he's kind of got the same patchwork clothes as the barkeep had, but his shirt, it's a vibrant purple, which stands out massively compared to what the barkeep was wearing. And you know, it's sort of the first thing that you clocked on him was like this big shot of purple clothing.
Okay.
Why?
So,
Oh, go on,
go on.
carry on. Okay,
No, mate, go on.
I was going to say, I understand that your clothes seem rather more fancy than some of the other townspeople, from what you say, and from the bartender. Why is that?
Because of Strahd's evil domain. Many Barovians are alive, but not living. They are souls, shells, husks. They
What is-
live, they die, but they do not live properly.
Is that what has happened to the bartender?
Yes, he is a husk of a man. His main purpose is to serve and clean.
Has he been bewitched?
No, he has just been born without soul. It is possible.
Could he be a spy for Strahd?
Potentially. But not much conversation happens in this cabin.
Well,
Okay.
I believe that Strahd already knows that we're here. He has already met us. That can't bode well for us.
He likes to toy with people. Make them play things.
How can we protect your sister against one that powerful?
Vallaki is much more better defended. There are more people living there, more weapons, villagers, larger walls to protect.
Is there an actual fight against Strahd?
People sometimes try to storm the castle Ravenloft. They do not do well.
Evidently.
And where's your sister at the moment? Like, if
She
we need
is
to get
at-
her to this new tunnel.
She is at my home, watching over my father, who is lying in state.
Okay. I'm sort of gonna get everyone to like stand up and maybe like go confer on our own. I'll just say, "Excuse me, sir. We'll be back in a second."
He gestures his hands outwards to say carry on, and then goes back to eating his food and sipping his wine.
Okay, guys, what are we thinking?
It appears that Strahd is in fact what has caused all the misery in this place. So perhaps if we rid the place of Strahd, we rid the place of the misery, and we could save a world, a town, who knows?
I think it's
Yes.
imperative that we ask around the village, find out what became of the folk from the camp back in Faerun.
Good idea.
Will they
They
even
were
know?
the ones who brought us here.
Do we know that for
Could ask the
certain?
geezer. If you'd ever heard of
We could ask. Yeah, we could ask this guy.
I do not see how any other power brought us here, and it is quite suspicious that we have not seen them once since venturing forth into this place.
wasn't on Stanmere, wasn't it?
Stand me. I have a sneaky suspicion that they might be servants of Strahd, bringing people into this realm in order to torture and torment and have them. That is just my intuition, though.
Highly possible, but we need to know for sure.
How do we know that we don't get trapped in here? I get lured into their lifestyles and turn into automatons.
I won't let that happen.
Okay, so are we gonna help this guy out then?
He's the only person that has spoke to us properly and gave us information since we have arrived, so perhaps we must see where it takes
Okay.
us.
Let us ask him first about the group, see what he knows, and then we can move forward.
Good idea. And we'll break from our sort of discussion and sit back down.
Okay. So, have you decided what you are going to do?
I believe we have come to a conclusion. First of all, though, we need some answers. Are you familiar with a group of travellers, or a gentleman, also known as Stanmere?
The Vistani. Yes.
Ah. What is a Vistani?
They are a group of people, travelers. They nursed Strahd back to health, delivered him safely home. They are his spies and favorite subjects. He lets them come and go as they bring more people for him to have
Ah.
his fun with. They have an encampment not far outside or to the west. We would pass through it on the way to Vallaki. That is, if you are coming to Vallaki.
I fear that our fears have come to fruition. These people were the people we met in our own lands who brought us here. We have been lured in, and now I am worried that we will remain.
I think there's only one way to find out. We need to go and visit these people again.
Okay.
And
Absolutely.
we will help you as well, Mr. Ishmar. Is that his name? Ishmar?
Ishmael.
It's Mark.
Ishmark.
Bismillah. Okay. I am ready to go with you. However, we must ensure that we are ready should any suspicious activity occur around this campment when we come near. I do not want to be entranced once more in some magical state.
That's true.
Who knows where we might end up? Okay.
Yep.
When
I
you
think that's
available
all.
to leave, Ismark?
Right away. What would suit you better? I would
need
have
to
to
rest
get.
a bit.
I would have to get my sister.
Yes,
Is
we can
everyone
come with
fully
you.
rested?
Yes, I
Yeah,
am.
I'm ready to go.
What time of day is it, Ismark?
Probably mid-afternoon
And how far is the journey?
to Valaki.
Yes.
A good many days and nights ahead.
So we will need horses.
Good luck trying to find horses.
Great.
Looks like we're walking then, guys.
Yes.
And how
Remember-
far to the camp?
The camp is probably 15-20 miles out west of here.
It's going to be a long journey, guys.
Yes. I'm worried that we will be watched, considering how much we stand out currently.
Nothing we can do about that.
What time of day? Oh, you didn't say you know what time of day it is, did you? I mean, DM.
It's about 2 in the afternoon.
I'm going to say to group, I'm not sure about you guys, but I took a bit of a beating in that last fight, so I wouldn't mind taking a rest before we hit the road.
That's fine, mate. I think we all need a little bit of rest after that fuckery.
I agree. Let's rest up and lead in the morning. Ismark, can you provide us shelter for the evening before we leave on the morrow?
Yes, you are welcome to stop in my house.
Thank you for your hospitality, sir.
Yes, it is greatly appreciated. Shall we leave at once, or finish our drinks first?
Please, finish drink. Do not let good wine go to waste.
Han will slide his over to Elias because he's not drunk any, so he'll just slide his to Elias.
I'm just gonna yeah, I'll just knock it low. Down it. Down it, fresher.
Done it!
2 fingers. Question. Yeah, I'll down it. I'm a fucking lad, that's why.
Right, are we ready to head out with Ishmark?
I
We're
am
gonna
ready.
go, yeah, we're gonna go to his house. Go to his crib.
Go to his crib.
I'm going to, when we leave, because obviously Elias bought the picture, so I'm just going to pick the picture up and walk out with that.
You're gonna
Good
walk
job.
out with it?
Yeah, we paid for it.
Probably paid over the odds for it as well. I paid him
Yeah,
a
exactly.
fucking silver piece.
I'll just walk out with that in my glass.
Yeah. I can imagine the picture's like half the size of you.
Yeah. Like a barrel to me.
It's like picking a barrel up.
Make a strength check.
Shit. I don't know how tall I am, actually. I think I'm about 3 foot.
3 foot max.
Size doesn't matter, guys.
3 to
right?
4 foot, I think gnomes are. Make a strength check. Brilliant,
Yeah.
-1. 14.
Not bad.
It's a struggle, and you slosh a little bit on the floor, but you manage to carry the pitcher of wine.
Maybe because I sloshed them on the floor, it's a bit lighter now.
So you head into the Burgomaster's house with
Burgermaster.
Burgomaster.
Burger Master.
We said Burger Master. Like, we're going to Five Guys.
Burger King.
Or Burjo Master, I don't know how you pronounce it.
Burger Master.
Burjo Master.
Han will. Wait, was there a door on this place?
Yeah, it's where you walk through it.
Okay, yeah. Han will be first, and he'll just like hold the door open for everyone else.
Mate, you're such a gentleman.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And close it behind him, and then we find ourselves in the street.
Okay, let's go to. We're following him to his house.
Yeah, so you walk down the road on a southern pathway, passing a shop that has a sign over the door, creaking on its hinges, and sparse light spilling out of it from behind heavy curtains which read Bill Drafts Mercantile. Further on down the road, there is a large townhouse, and you can hear a sob floating through the still grey streets, colouring your thoughts with sadness. The sounds flow from a dark two-storey townhouse.
Ismark, does Strahd have any sort of family, any relatives that reside in the castle with him?
Only the dead. They are all buried in the crypts of Ravenloft. He had a brother who had a beloved, but Strahd loved her. He could not have her, and so they were both killed. That is what led Strahd to his evil madness. His mother, Ravenovia, that is where he gave the name to Castle Ravenloft from.
Ah, so he was normal before. What did he do before he became an evil overlord?
He was a wealthy man from a rich family, supposedly, and he conquested many lands with many armies.
Has he always been a wizard or a magician of some kind?
I do not know whether or not the dark powers he has grants him those. I cannot say.
His spies that you speak of, they mentioned before bringing us here that there was a curse to be lifted. Could it be that they're somehow acting of their own accord and they genuinely want us to help them and they're not acting in Strahd's interests?
I do not know much of what the Vistani say or mean, but if they believe the curse can be lifted, maybe they are genuine, maybe not. That would be for you to discover. I know that Strahd must die. That is all I can say.
Okay.
So do we know what this girl was? Did you say there was a girl crying or something in one of the townhouses?
Yeah. You just walk past it, so if you want to ask Ismark about it or ignore it, that is up to you.
Yo, Isho, what's that crying in the house over there?
That would be Mary. She has lost her daughter to the devil. She is inconsolable.
Lost as in killed or lost as in kidnapped?
Kidnapped.
Fuck.
Not 2 nights ago.
I don't know if we can say anything to console her, but if we can help in any way, I suppose we should.
I agree. I think that is a good idea. It is very strange.
If you are going in, I will be in my mansion, just down the road. The big house you can see. I am not going in to speak with Mary.
Maybe it's not a good idea to speak to her after she's just lost her daughter.
I fear it is not our place to get involved, actually. What
No.
could we possibly
And if we
say?
can, the only thing we can do now is help her by defeating Strahd.
Yes, I fear that we have a lot to do before we go anywhere near this Strahd. There is a lot
Certainly
more
so.
exploring and understanding of the realms and how it's going to be. We cannot simply walk into there and hope for the best. We must get as much knowledge as we can of the people
One does
around.
not simply walk into Ravenloft.
The meme.
So
Okay.
you walk past Mad Mary's townhouse. You're not bothering to
No.
go in. Okay.
Especially not now I know she's called Mad Mary.
You walk down, the road, catching up to Ismark, who's set quite a good pace, and you see a weary-looking mansion squats behind a rusting iron fence. The iron gates are twisted and torn. The right gate lies cast aside, whilst the left swings lazily in the wind. The stuttering squeal and clang of the gate repeats with mindless precision. Weeds choke the ground and press with menace upon the house itself. Yet against the walls, the growth has been tramped down to create a path, all about the domain. Heavy claw markings have stripped the once beautiful finish of the walls. Great black marks tell of the fires that have assailed the mansion. Not a pane nor a shard of glass stands in any window, and all the windows are barred with planks, each one marked with stains of evil omen.
This place looks rather scary. Okay. Well, we are here now. Have we?
Let's get some rest.
Yeah. Can I have a long rest then, if possible, please? Or should we explore it first?
Is he
Ismark,
inviting us to...
he's stood outside the door waiting for you to catch up with him.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we'll get to the front door and wait for him to invite us in.
Yep.
So he knocks on the door, and a woman's voice calls back, "Who's there?" "It is me, Ismark. I have brought people to help us, Arena. Let us in. It does not do well to linger outside." You hear some chains and some furniture being moved away,
God.
and the door swings open to reveal a striking young woman with auburn hair. You can see that she wears a scarf loosely over her clothes that hides 2 bite marks.
Say that again. You're hiding.
Wait, would we have clocked the bite marks, or can I make like a perception check or something? Or
No, you can see them. Like, she's got the scarf to cover them, but with the wind and the breeze blowing, it's kind of like
You can see it.
Bite mark.
Han's just gonna like stand. He's just gonna like stop dead in his tracks and just like put his arm across the group to like stop them from venturing in anymore. And he's just gonna like sort of gesture to her, like not like forcefully or anything, but just be like, "Where did you get that?"
no, these Strahd and his evil charms.
And that is all you will tell us about bite marks on your neck?
My memories are fuzzy. I believe he has put a spell on me.
Do you know how you got
long
away?
have you had that for? Sorry.
Yeah, no, carry on.
How long have you had that for?
I can't quite remember. Maybe 2-3 weeks. Nothing drastic. Believe me, if you're worried that I'm a vampire, I am most certainly am not.
What is a vampire?
An evil creature sucks the life force of other beings to feed itself.
Is
They
that what
operate
Strahd
best
is?
at night. Oh yes, quite a powerful one by all accounts.
How did he become a vampire?
Myself, I'm not too sure. My brother, adopted brother, I should say, He believes he made a pact with the devil and some dark forces. But please, come in. We will talk
Can I
inside.
make a? Can I try and like just see if I think she's genuine and trustworthy?
Yep, make an insight check.
Okie dokie.
And we'll like whisper to Elias next to him, like,
5.
the infliction would normally have taken hold by now. I don't like this one bit.
Yeah, it looks fucking sus, mate.
I think we should warn Ismark his sister might be infected.
Would an Arcana check tell if someone was a vampire or not?
I didn't even know what a vampire is. My character doesn't until people tell me.
But like for someone who does know what a vampire is.
I mean, Han would know, but I'm not sure what kind of check it would be. Because Han's going to be the most experienced from his past stuff. But yeah, I don't know what kind of...
Make a medicine check.
Would I know from lore and shit, like as being a wizard?
History, yeah. History, medicine.
I can make it if I've got a decent plus.
So yeah, you go, because Han's having an off day.
Which one is? History or medicine? Actually, no, I haven't got a good one. Fucking, I'll take that one.
I've done medicine, so...
Go history. Go history.
Oh, okay. Oh shit, 13.
You vaguely remember reading something, whether or not it's true, but apparently it takes 3 bites for a person to be turned over into vampire spawn.
That's foreboding, when she already has 2. Alright then.
Oh my god, has she got 2 vampire bites?
Yeah, I think the DM said 2. Was it 2 bites, DM?
It was
2 teeth, what? Oh shit.
There's
like 4 olds.
Here we go, boys! Here we go!
Jeez.
That's the only one we can see. There might be another one for
When... Alright, so if we've like walked in... If we've sort of all walked in by the stage, Han will ask her, when did Strahd last visit you?
As I say, it's vague and fuzzy. The house has been attacked for weeks. Dark creatures, wolves and ghouls and zombies. They're the reason that the burgomaster lies dead now. His poor heart couldn't take it.
How do you two stay alive? Who protects you in the night?
They cannot break down our defenses, and we fight back. That is why my brother wants to move me to Vallaki. But I will not go until we take Kolyan's body, the church, Donovic, the local priest, to bury him.
Should we like maybe tell her about, not that we know it for certain, but should Garrick maybe like later on in the evening, just in a quiet moment, just like literally just Garrick pulls her to one side in like a separate room and just warns her about what may happen if she gets bit again, maybe? Is that something we should like let her know just so she can be extra cautious?
I think she might already. I suppose she would already know, but it's worth mentioning just.
But like not now, but yeah, just literally do it. Like if it's only afternoon, I presume there might.
Yeah. No.
I presume there might be dinner. Not to be rude, but I presume there's gonna maybe be a little bit of dinner later on. I don't know. or sat in like a living room by a fire.
For us?
Yeah. Table set for 6. But yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it later.
Like, oh, by the way, you might be a vampire soon. See you later.
You know, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, Garrick will keep that to himself for now. Then, and we'll just, I guess, if they're just gonna, are they gonna give us like a tour? Maybe like we're entering like a stranger's house. I think normally it'd be like, well, here's blah blah blah. So yeah, we'll be stood there waiting for them to make the next move.
You see that the interior of the mansion is well furnished, yet the fixtures show signs of great wear. Noticeable oddities are the boarded up windows and the presence of holy symbols in every room. The burgomaster is in a side drawing room on the floor, lying in a simple wooden coffin surrounded by wilting flowers and a faint odour of decay. To the right hand side, there is a sitting room that has 2 large chairs and a few rough cushions and blankets strewn on the floor.
This
How
looks
did he do-
cozy.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was
You
saying.
literally say that with a corpse in the room. How? Jesus. How did he pass again?
We have been under attack night after night for weeks. He was a frail old man, and his heart just stopped beating. I think it was the stress and fear. Strangely, though, they have not assaulted the attack since he's died. He's been dead about 3 days. None of the other villagers are helpful enough to help my brother Ismark take the body to the cemetery for a proper burial. I refuse to go until he is buried.
Ah. So, you wish us to bury him?
If you would be so helpful to do so, and wouldn't mind, then I would leave it straight away with you, my brother.
What's the time of day at this point, DM?
Still afternoon, like probably 3 o'clock.
Would she? Is there enough? Would we go and do it like in the day now, or would we maybe do it in the morning before we set out? Like, I don't really know if
Yeah,
it's
I
like.
mean,
if
we
it's,
might
if,
have
is it
an
too late in
attack.
the? Is it too late in the afternoon just to go and get it done now? If it's only 3, because I presume the church is what, like a couple minutes walk away.
Yeah, you'd probably get there in about 5 minutes.
Hmm.
It's on the
Well,
other
might as well do it
side
now
of
then.
the other
Yeah,
side
let's
of
do
the.
it.
Has
Yeah,
the
let's bury this motherfucker.
Jesus. Has the body all been prepared already? It would just be sort of sealing the coffin once, like sealing the
Yeah,
coffin and then transporting it.
lowering it into a grave. Yeah.
Is the coffin lid sealed?
No, it's
No,
open
it's
at the
open at the
moment.
moment.
Do you think we should investigate? Like, should see if he's got any bite marks or anything, in case this fucker wakes up?
Oh my god! Jesus. I oh, probably not wise to do that. Like while she's looking at you, can't just like desecrate a corpse. That wouldn't end well. Han will ask her, do you have a wagon of some kind to transport the body?
Yes, Ismark has one round the back.
Okay. We will help you with this. Would you prefer to see it done today or first thing tomorrow morning?
The sooner the better. But your friend looks a bit weary.
Which one?
The small one.
Then I'll turn to Garrick. It's like, Garrick, you feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm just a bit concerned over, the circumstances of his death. Like, why would his heart just randomly give out one night when you're under attack?
Isn't that what happened to old people? When
It's
they are
entirely
old and
possible.
scared?
What are you implying, Garrick?
Did any of the attackers get in?
No, no one. They assaulted the outside. You can see the claw marks on the walls and the undergrowth being trampled under feet.
And what stops them from getting in? Is it just the building itself, or is it like holy symbols? These holy symbols that are in here, does that prevent them from entering?
Maybe a mixture of the two, and the fact that me and Ismark fight and battle.
And how did you receive your bite marks then? Or have you left this building at some point?
Of course, I go day to day. I'm not quite sure how I came to this land. And as I say, I believe Strahd has managed to work some charm on me. I just know he had a blazing hunger in his eyes. And admittedly, I fell into his spell.
You say you're not from this land. Where are you from?
I don't know. My whole memory is faded. I feel I have lived another life previously, but that is
How-
stupid.
How... Wait, if you're not from here, how did you come to know Ismark? How long have you known each other?
Since I was a little girl, I was adopted by the burgomaster, Collian.
Heath, can I make a history check to see if I would have recognised her from like Waterdeep, maybe? If
Yep.
she was from that area, I'm just thinking like if she might have been like a famous person. I don't know. Kind of like that.
I'm just like, I'm confused. So she's not from Barovia. If she's like from back in Faerun, like,
Sorry, ignore the fucking
is
history.
I'm going to
Ismark...
say to V, now can you understand my concern? There's nothing normal like regarding these circumstances.
Yeah, it's so fucking weird.
It's
Sorry,
just-
Heath,
it's
that was a 9. That was a 10, not a 14. Okay.
It's just like if Ismark's like a native, has she been like, and she's from Faerun, if she's just been brought here against her will at some point, maybe he is like a good guy and just has a good intention and he just like looks after her, but yeah, I want like, need to find out more of the circumstances of, yeah, like where she's from, why she's here, how long they've known each other, and yeah, if he is just genuinely like, oh, I'm just gonna take this Faerun citizen under my wing and just look after them, rather than sending them back, I guess, but so many questions.
Yeah.
It's
fuck.
all unraveling. Well, I think
Well,
they're the
we'll
same.
find out when we're traveling, won't we, with them? We can ask these kind of questions if and when they come up.
So, right, so, okay, so
We're
last
just
thing
gonna
she
have
was,
to be super careful
yeah, she
tonight.
was, well, she was questioning Garrick, so I guess I've just like pulled him to one side and just had
Yeah.
a quick chat with him about things. I'll say I'll say to Garrick, like, uh, look, if we're to move forward, we have to help them. I know that you're not feeling great about this whole thing. If you want to stay here while we take the body, that's fine. But we need to go this evening so we can leave at first light in the morning.
No, don't worry. I'll join you guys. It's just, considering what's going on today, just a bit apprehensive, but I'll be fine.
I don't blame you. We'll all keep a watchful eye. And then
Lead on.
We'll,
And we'll
we'll
head
turn
back to
back
the
to
group.
the... Is there a DM? Is there a picture reference for what was the woman's name again?
Irina. Yep, I'll get you a photo of her.
Irina. Okay. Just trying to keep all these names stored in my head. A lot of names, a lot of words, a lot of phrases.
A lot of words.
A
Let
lot
me
of
get you a
words.
photo of Ismark as well.
Thank you.
What was her name? Irina.
Irina.
Irina Koliana.
Round the butt, just fingering Irina.
Ooh.
Is she fit?
Jesus
Strahd
Christ, fam.
Strahd likes her.
Yeah, I
I
can see
mean-
why. Fucking, I would.
Good lord.
Is that the other? Is that the
Mark.
And that's Ismark.
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 That's
Okie
his-
dokie. Shall we
Can I make like a religion check on like some of the holy shrines around here? See if I recognise their, their gods or whatever they are.
Yeah, if you want.
Are we
Around
able to
10.
are we able to tell like how old the pair of them are? Just as like a rough within like, I don't know, like a 10-year guess maybe?
Yeah, make a So what check it'd be?
Insight, I suppose.
An insight check.
Okay.
I only got 10 anyway on my religion check.
You've got no ideas. You've never seen these religious symbols from anywhere around Faerun before.
17 on the insight check for ages.
17.
Yes. Yep.
Ismark is probably early 30s. Irina, you're probably looking mid 20s.
Okay.
Right then, should we go bury this body then?
Yes, I agree. I think we should bury the body.
Irina,
go.
how would you like to proceed?
Well, someone will have to help hire the coffin onto the wagon, and then we will all walk in a procession.
Mm.
Donovich, the local priest, he's a kind man. He will help us.
Okay, I think me,
Garrick, I think
me
you
and
should
V.
maybe, Garrick should maybe sit this one out. No hard feelings.
No hard feelings. You're just shit.
Is Ismark still in the room at this point, or has he walked off and we don't know where he is?
No, he's just been standing there with his arms crossed, leaning on the wall.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, not how to peep out of him. I was like, where's he gone?
Fucking turned.
Right. Okay. Do you wish to seal the coffin here first?
Yes, that would be preferable.
I don't know. Is it right for like us to do it?
Yeah, it'd be fine.
I
To
feel like
nail
her.
the coffin.
I feel like that's more like her and like, or maybe she like. I don't know. I'm just picturing in my head like she'd take one last look, like pull the lid over, and then maybe like Ismark would be the one to seal it up. It just doesn't sit right with me that we'd be the ones to like actually seal it up, so to speak.
I don't think it matters. I don't know if it matters.
I guess you can just ask her maybe. I don't know if Elias, if you want to ask her how she wants to like do this or something along those lines.
Yo, what's your name? Fucking
Okay.
Irina.
Jesus.
Do you want me to put the nails in this coffin, or are you gonna do it?
No, you go ahead. Thank you.
Okie dokie. Let's go. I'll nail the coffin.
I was gonna say, I guess I'll. Can I like beckon to Ismark to have his help, just like lifting the lid, just for like a two-man steady lift, to be gentle with it and place it on top.
Yep. So he walks into the room where the body lies in the coffin, and you lift the lid up and place it gently over.
Is
And then
there
Elias
any
goes to work.
is there
nailing it.
any inscription or plaque on the coffin?
No, it's just a rough wooden.
Literally just wood. Okay. Ismark, Irina said you had a wagon out back. Could you bring that round to the front for us?
Yes, I will go get it now. And with that, he gets up and leaves. About 5 minutes pass, and you hear the wagon wheel screeching and then stop. Irina goes over to the door and starts to unblock the furniture and move the chains. She has a few meager possessions that she carries in a hemp stack attached to a bit of rope, and she has a sword with her. She looks very resolute and determined, and she looks at you and nods and opens the door so you can take the coffin out.
Okie dokie. Gamma, give us a hand with this, and me, Elias, and Gamma will sort of evenly lift it.
I'll walk over and help you out.
Between the three of you, you manage to lift the coffin relatively easily and avoid any mishaps. You place the coffin in the back of a shoddy wooden wagon drawn by one horse, and there is room for 2 people to sit on the front of it. So Irina sits next. She sits on the back with a hand on the coffin. And Garrick, if you want to take the seat next to Ismark as he rides the wagon.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Me and Elias, I guess one of us will go on each side and we'll walk alongside it, and then, but just before we like separate to take up our own sides, I'll just like whisper to Elias, "Well, there's one horse then."
I'll just roll my eyes, just like fucking cheek of it.
Yeah, and I'll be on the right-hand side of the wagon, please.
Yep, okay. It's got to about 5 o'clock now, and the lights sort of fading. So if you want to light some torches, feel free.
Yes, I will.
Yeah, I'll light my torch.
And you set off up through Barovia again. A few more bits of light have started spilling out of different houses, as if whilst you've been having a conversation, people have returned from wherever they may have been and are settling in for the night. You still don't really see anyone walking around the streets, and you can still hear the sobbing of Mary as you pass the townhouse. You see the mercantile, Biljas Mercantile again, and the Blood on the Vine Tavern, but you take a path to the northwest that branches upwards and starts to slowly rise. Atop a slight rise against the roots of the pillar stone that supports Castle Ravenloft stands a grey, sagging edifice of stone and wood. This church has obviously weathered the assaults of evil for centuries on end and is worn and weary. A bell tower rises toward the back, and flickering light shines through holes in the shingled roof. The rafters strain feebly against their load. I will stay here with the wagon and coffin, and Irina, if you could go speak to Donovich for us, please.
We will. Should we? Is it okay if? Let me think. If Gamma stays with you for protection.
If that is his wish.
Yes, I am happy to stay with you, and will do all I can to protect you.
Thank you, friend. Elias, Garrick, let's go see the priest.
Oh, let's go.
Let's go.
So you leave the wagon, which is currently at the base of the path, with the rest of the party, and you enter to the front door. The heavy wooden doors of the church are covered with claw marks and scarred by fire. You push them open. The doors open to reveal a 10-foot wide, 20-foot long hall leading to a brightly lit chapel. The hall is unlit and reeks of mildew. 4 doors, 2 on each side of the hall, lead to adjacent chambers. You can see that the chapel is strewn with debris, and you hear a soft voice from within reciting a prayer. Suddenly, the prayer is blotted out by an inhuman scream that rises up from beneath the wood floor.
What?
Ooh. What?
Can I make a perception check to see where the scream came from?
You'll need to deafen, mate, because you're not with the.
Okay, yeah, I'll put my thingy. 2 secs. Send me a message when it's ready for me to come back in then.
Yep.
Yeah. Can I make a perception check to see whereabouts the noise came from?
Roll.
Also, when we walked in, we heard a scream come from underground.
7.
Yeah. So
I presume the three of us would all. Can we all do that? The check.
yeah, you can all roll.
Perception. Oh God, 11. Come on, Garrick. No.
No, 11.
Christ.
Can we see? Donovich, was that the priest's name?
Yeah.
Father Donovich. Could we see him? Sorry, as we walked in, like he was like praying by an altar at the
Yeah,
far
so
end.
at the top part of the church, that is where the altar is, and that is where he's currently praying.
And has he reacted at all to the scream, or he literally just seems occupied with the prayer?
He's occupied with the prayer, and his voice is weary, as though he's been doing it for quite a while.
Okie dokie. I think I'll gesture to the other two and say, guys, we need to move. And then if we can, like, briskly walk up to him, but stop maybe, like, 10 feet behind, and just say, Father Donovich, what's going on here?
The chapel is a shambles with overturned and broken pews littering the dusty floor. Dozens of candles mounted in candlesticks and candelabras light even every dusty corner in a fervent attempt to rid the chapel of shadows. And at the far end of the church sits a claw-scarred altar, behind which kneels a priest in soiled vestments. Next to him hangs a long, thick rope that stretches up into the bell tower.
Does he respond to what?
He's still praying.
I'll just say again, Father Donovich.
Hello.
Did you hear the scream? What's going on here?
That's Doru,
Who's Doru?
my son.
And where is he?
Below, in the undercroft.
And do you not find it concerning that your son would be screaming out for help, and yet here you are?
That is why I am praying.
Now, what's he doing down there?
Well, you see, a little more than a year ago, my son and several other villagers stormed Castle Ravenloft in revolt. They were lured in there by a wizard in black robes who came to this land from far away. By all accounts, the wizards died by Strahd's hand, and so too did my son. He is not alive as such. He is not what I remembered. I pray day and night, hoping that the gods will tell me how to save him without destroying him.
Sounds horrible. I'm very sorry to hear that.
Is there anything we can do to help?
I don't know. My prayers don't work. I don't want my son to die, and that is why I have trapped him below. From beneath the chapel floor, you hear a young man's voice cry out, "Father, I'm starving!"
Father Donovich, has your son, what has he turned into? Any creature? Is he like Lord Strahd?
Form of spawn. He's not the Doru I know and loved, but I pray night and day. And he starts to weep a little bit and goes back into praying.
Is it Irina? Is she with
She's
us?
in, no, she's in the wagon.
Head back up the
outside.
wagon.
I'm gonna say to the guys, I'm like, well, if his son has been turned into something like Strahd, we don't know if he's hungry for food or blood.
That's
I think we
true.
just need to get this sorted so we can go back and have a rest before we head out. I don't think we need to do anything necessarily to aggravate
Should-
this thing.
Should one of us run back and get either Irina or...
Yeah, I
Or
think
sh- or
both of them.
she-
I think
oh, no,
both of them
she-
need to come in here, don't they?
She's not going to leave the coffin though, so it's probably only Ismark that we're going to get.
We need to get the coffin in here. We need to get this done before nightfall. I've got a bad feeling about staying out.
Wait, the coffin in here or around the... Surely we'll be burying it round the back.
We need him to officiate, don't we?
True.
Did you say you have a body to bury?
Yes, I believe you know Irina.
Yes.
Yeah,
You know,
she's
she isn't the natural daughter of Kolyan Indrovich. Although she never knew, Kolyan found her at the edge of the Svalich woods near the pillar stone of Ravenloft. She was but a girl and seemed to have no memory of her past. Kolyan adopted her and loved her dearly. Have
she
you-
needs help at the moment. We're burying her. I don't know what it is.
I'm afraid, DM, is it the person we're burying? Was that the previous ruler? That's Ismark's father,
Yeah, Kolyan Indrovich.
and he was the. I find it strange that if he's the ruler of that or ex-ruler of that town, that like no one came out from the houses or procession. I meant to do a perception check to see if anyone was like looking through windows or standing on their doorsteps.
We need to get Gemma in here as well, I think, and get her in here as well to help out. I'll go. Elias will then walk out and go and get the two of them.
Hello.
Gamma's
Hello.
back.
It's back.
Look, guys, I think we need to bury this body, and we need to do it quickly, because this guy in here is fucking weird.
Who have you met? What has been going on?
He's the one that's going to officiate, but he's got his son's just locked up downstairs, and we don't know whether he's a vampire or not.
What do we need to do?
We just need to take the coffin round the back, I think.
Okay, let's do it.
You take the coffin round to the back. Donovich is sort of like snapped to his senses a little bit as though he's got a purpose. You can still hear the screams of Doru from below underneath the church. He kind of looks back a little bit worried and sheepishly and ushers you round to the cemetery.
I'll be walking with him, and I'll ask him, how long has your son been like this?
It's hard to recall. It's been a while. Day follows day, night follows night, and my prayers do nothing. So you walk around to the cemetery, which is a fence of wrought iron with a rusty gate enclosing it, a rectangular plot of land behind the dilapidated church, tightly packed gravestones shrouded by fog bear the names of souls long past. All seemed quiet. Already there is a hole dug, ready for the coffin to be lowered in. Donovich stands over this hole with his one hand on his chest and the other palm upwards out, and he ushers to you. Lower the coffin quickly now.
Are there any like straps that we can put around it to like lower it in? I think normally this would be some kind
No,
of-
it's you. I mean, there's rope on the back of the wagon that you could. sort of.
Because you couldn't really lower it in by hand, could you, without
We'll
like
just
some kind
push
of
it in
rope or
as
strap?
fast as possible and get the hell out of it.
Oh my
won't
god! You
Fuck out
can't
of here.
just push it in
Let's
from
just get
6
the
foot up.
fuck out of here.
You
Give it a
can't
boot.
You can't just.
Let's
put a
just
coffin
whack it down
and-
there. Hole in one.
Oh my
Launch it. 3-pointer
Oh
from
my-
outside the area. Bang.
Jeez.
Kobe.
Christ. Oh my god.
Big kick.
Ugh.
Boot.
I mean, no, let's not do that. But is there room? Like, how far could we? Are there like handles on the side of it? On the side of the coffin?
I'm
No,
just
you've
gonna boot it.
rope.
But it's just
Yeah.
a wooden
There we
coffin.
go.
There's
We'll
no
lower.
handles.
Yeah.
We'll lower the coffin in then.
Well, like fasten rope. How much rope have we got?
Whatever's in your packs, I suppose, and then there's 50 feet of it on the back of the wagon.
Oh, we'll use some of the wagon then. It's fine. So yeah, if I can, I mean, I'd be able to like cut some segments up with my scimitars because they'd be sharp. So yeah, can we make like, if we can make 3 sections of rope, maybe let's say how long would we need? Maybe 12 to 15 feet each. One that goes like will go under the like top part of the coffin and like tie it, like fasten it. One in the middle part and then one in the lower part, like tying it so the rope is secure rounding it and then leaving like a bit of slack each side. So basically you'd have 6 people who could like hold on to a piece of rope and then just like evenly lower it in if that's possible.
That was the maddest description of lowering
I'm-
a coffin in. I've heard that was the most detailed thing I've ever.
No.
I want to do it right. I want to do it right.
Get the rope,
Um,
whack it in, and then let's
it's-
fuck off.
It's hard for me to
Well-
describe how I want it done.
So we're lowering the coffin in then.
It's probably about 6, half 6 now. So
Okay.
you start to lower the coffin in, and Donovich starts to recite some prayers, praying to the Morning Lord to safely take away Kolyan Indrovich's soul to a nicer plane, and have a deserved rest. He makes some holy symbols, and the coffin sits neatly at the bottom. The pile of dirt next to you, Arena and Ismark, start going to work, shoveling it in.
Cool beans. Has it? Do we need to make like strength checks or anything?
No, it's just that you can help him out if you want, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll give him a hand.
The weather above takes a drastic turn, and it's a bit stormy. Rain starts to pour down, thunder rumbles in the distance. Lightning flashes across the sky. Ismark and Irina hurriedly cover the coffin with your help, and Ismark turns round. I think it would be wise to return home and leave in the morning. I do not believe traveling in this weather would be wise. What do you say?
Yeah, let's go back.
I agree. I think that is a good idea.
I will tell I'll tell Ismark about Donovich's son and what he sort of recommends we do and what the best way to help him would be.
I do not believe there is help. The kindest mercy we could do is to kill, but that would not suit Donovich.
Christ. Right then, let's go.
I am ready. I'll follow.
You follow
Yep.
Ishmark and Irina back to the wagon, and they start travelling it down the road. You look back at the church, and you can see that Donovich has resumed his position praying at the altar. And you walk back to the Burgomaster's mansion, entering through the door, and then it gets barred up. The rain and thunder still hammers the house, and you set yourself up for a long rest, ready to leave in the morning. And that is where we will end today's session.
Ooh, blimey.
Baby. That's a lot of info there.
Yeah, we've actually learned a lot, I think. A
Yeah,
significant
it's
amount.
interesting. It's
Starting to get those details. So she was on the edge of a wood and found.
well, that was a successful episode with the Dice Baby crew.
Ooh.
Hope everyone enjoyed.
Don't like that laugh one bit.
Do you not like it? It's my.